I said that per Mr. Brooks, they can't get the citation, they can only get the report. So.
All right, Ms. Pugh, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. Okay, you got to speak up. I don't hear you at all. Okay, something's going on with the courtroom.
We're not muted. Can you hear me, Judge?
I hear you. I don't hear her.
A little soft spoken.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Jessica Lynn Pugh, 2021 CR 08385 for theft by shoplifting. What is your client plead to the offense before the court, Mr. Lynch?
Judge, she pleads guilty.
Okay, by entering a plea of guilty, ma'am, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On or about September 15th of 2021, while on foot patrol, Officer Kenneth Lucas was approached by the loss prevention personnel, Ms. Brittany Wilkerson, at 2940 Anvil Block Road, Ellenwood, Georgia, also known as the Walmart, Clayton County. Ms. Wilkerson stated that she recently caught the defendant shoplifting and detained her in the office. Officer Lucas met with Ms. Wilkerson in her office and asked what were the items that were taken from the business. Ms. Wilkerson advised that the defendant had taken 2 candles, valued both at $36. Ms. Wilkerson said that she had no choice but to prosecute due to the defendant exceeding the minimum stolen amount, as well as not possessing any identification when contact was made. The defendant purchased items from the business, but then placed unpaid items in the same bag as she used for her self-checkout registers, passing off points of sale. When she was asked if the items belonged to her, the defendant stated no. And at that time, the defendant was arrested and placed under arrest for theft by shoplifting. At this time, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, a fine of $200 to be suspended. The defendant is to complete the prevention course, 40 hours of community service, and to not return back to 2940 Anvil Block Road, Ellenwood, Georgia, also known as the Walmart.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Your Honor. I have discussed this case with Ms. Pugh and her rights to trial. She has taken accountability and she would ask the court to accept the plea as negotiated. She did want me to ask whether you would consider to allow her probation to terminate after she completes.
No. Ms. Pugh, I could understand if you stole canned food because you were hungry or stuff for a baby, but you stealing candles, ma'am. Come on. Really? That's just dumb. So no, you're gonna feel all of this. And just stealing candles. I just don't even understand what is it, some thrill? Like, oh, I might not get caught. Let me try it. I just don't even understand this. There's people out there living on the just don't have anything to live. And if they come and they say, oh, well, I was stealing food, that I could possibly understand. But you're stealing candles. You can't eat it. Don't nobody want to buy candles. For right now, like people are using other things to scent their house. So I don't even understand why candles called you for theft. So I'm going to accept your plea, sentence you to 12 months probation, a fine in the amount of $200, which the state is willing to suspend. You're going to take a theft prevention course 40 hours of community service, and you're not to go back to any Walmart in Clayton County. No Walmarts. Do you understand? For the balance of your probated sentence. All right, I'm gonna ask you, when you leave the courtroom, you're gonna go to the right, to the courtroom next to us, 305. Those first double doors as you come into the courtroom, you'll see the probation expert in one of those rooms. If she's with someone, she'll have you wait down in the hall until she's ready to speak with you, and she'll get you signed up for probation. Miss Pugh, you too old for this, ma'am. Don't do this dumb stuff again, okay?
Hey everybody, welcome to American Courts. We had an interesting day in Judge Fleischer's court today. Linus and Kathy and Allie and a whole bunch of defendants in there today. It's a Friday, so it's always fun. Kathy, of course, had a fun trip. She, of course, got delayed and got some craziness going on there. She'll have some interesting stories. I'm going to throw just a minute or two. I'm going to throw just a minute or two of Kathy's, but make sure to watch her lives over the next couple of days, because I'm sure she'll have it all through there. So.
Yeah. Hey, we're live streaming because I wanted everybody to see.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Where's the camera?
It's pouring
Right there.
Look,
Right there. Yeah. I start a new job tomorrow.
See, look, over there.
And my dog is sick. My dog has kittens.
Kittens.
My dog has kittens. I can't go to jail today. I promise I'll get my GED.
Was the hand
I would
sanitizer?
probably fail the GED if I had to take it.
I started my new job on Monday.
I started my job on
Yeah,
Monday.
I did great.
Amazon.
Please don't look.
I'm gonna leave that for Kathy to show some more of that. I was just really happy to see them over there, and so I thought I'd show a little bit of it. We're gonna go to Bay County, Florida. Judge Vann was doing some streaming today, so let's see what we got there. Or not. Let me see what the hell I did wrong there. But we will go to. How about a soft sit in Judge Buchanan's court? Let's go to that one.
All right. On the record, State of Michigan versus Kawan Wendell Johnson, 2402553FY.
Matt Nagel for the people.
Aaron Robinson, Assistant Public Defender for Mr. Johnson.
Are you Kawan Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how you say that?
Absolutely not.
How do I say it?
Kiwan.
Kiwan. I write myself notes sometimes, so I try later to say it.
K-apostrophe-W-O-N, no capital, just K and W.
Oh. I'm just gonna write it phonetically so that next time I see you. All right, today is the date for probable cause conference, and we have a preliminary exam set for next week, November 14, 9:30. Have we decided what we're doing about that hearing?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that we're going to be leaving the preliminary exam set next schedule.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is this the probable cause hearing to determine the probable cause against me?
No, that's
No. If you read the court rule, this is the probable cause conference. It's the day to make sure that you have met with your lawyer and that you have, your attorney has received all the discovery to be ready for the preliminary exam next week. Next week is the preliminary exam. That's where the government has to show probable cause to believe these crimes occurred and you're the person who committed these crimes. That hearing is currently scheduled for November 14 at 9:30.
Am I entitled to receive a copy of the complaint warrant information?
Your
Bill
lawyer,
of particulars specifically.
well, there's no bill of particulars in this case. A bill of particulars is usually requested when they use a short form charging document, like someone's charged with murder, they can charge them with open murder. So they don't have to say what kind of murder. And so they can request a bill of particulars then where they have to detail what kind of murder. In your case, it's a long form charging document. So it already has all that detail on it. Yes, you can have a copy of the complaint.
The actual complaint?
They look the same. It literally says complaint, felony on the top. It looks almost the same as the warrant. If I show you the warrant, there's very little difference except for the top says warrant felony, but it looks the ssame. It has all the same information on it. Your lawyer should have a copy of that. She should be able to provide that to you.
I did today, Your Honor.
Okay.
She did not. I would like, according to my rights and the law, to have a copy or the original.
You can't have the original.
Can I have a copy of the original signed complaint, signed warrant and signed affidavit of truth attached to the complaint.
There's no such thing as a signed affidavit of truth, but there is an affidavit of probable cause in the file. You are welcome to go to the clerk's office. If you don't like what she gave you, you can pay our clerk's office for copies of all of these things.
Thank you.
If you want to.
Yes, ma'am.
I can have my court officer take you and the file to the window after we're done, and they can count up the number of pages and tell you how much it is to make copies, if you want copies of these things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So preliminary exam next week, November 14, 9:30 in person, because as I told you, that's the day where they have to bring witnesses to show probable cause to believe these crimes occurred and probable cause to believe you're the person who committed them. In the meantime, you have to continue to follow your bond, which you've heard me telling other people because you've been sitting here a minute, but remember, you have to follow your bond. Showing up for court is a bond condition. Show up for court. Do not leave the state without permission. Do not commit any crimes while released. Notify the court in writing if you have to change your address or telephone number. Report to pretrial services. Have you contacted them already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Do not use alcohol, marijuana, illegal controlled substances. Do not possess or purchase a firearm or other dangerous weapon. Do not engage in harassing, intimidating, stalking, or threatening behavior. Do not assault, harass, intimidate, beat, molest, wound, or threaten Takesha Black. Do not have any direct or indirect contact with Takesha Black. Do not cause a third party to have contact with her.
I already had the stipulations. My fiance was the third party implemented to do the child care between me and Taki. We have a
Don't
child.
talk about the facts of the case because you're being recorded and you say things against you.
It's not necessarily a fact. This is what the
I haven't finished reading the paper. There is a point where it says that a third party contact is allowed regarding the minor child. So you still no contact with Ms. Black at all, not to be within 2,000 feet of where she lives, works, or goes to school. You can arrange a third party to go make arrangements for your child, but that third party can't pass messages between you and Ms. Black, okay? So pick up your child, bring child to you, return your child to Ms. Black, that's all fine. Passing messages, not fine.
Understood.
Okay, because we're maintaining no contact until this can be sorted out. Now, remember, this order of no contact, I take it very seriously. If you violate this order, you could be arrested without a warrant. This bond could be revoked. You could be in contempt of court, for which you face 93 days in jail and or $7,500 in fines consecutive to that which you already face. This order is about you. It's not about Ms. Black because you're the one on bond. So if she's texting you or calling you, she could do that. Maybe it's okay to get a text about how your child is doing, but if you text back or you take that call, you're the one who goes to jail. She doesn't have authority to grant you permission to violate the court order because it's the court's order, not her order. So if she invites you to meet with her and you go, you still go to jail. Understand?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else we need to cover on the record for Mr. Johnson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to give this file to Mr. Wormsley to take you to the window, and then you tell them what copies you want from the file. They'll tell you how much, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, you're all set. See you
Thank
next
you.
week
You
in
too.
person.
Hey everybody, Victoria, it's her birthday today, so make sure to say hey, happy birthday to her, bother her and harass her and do everything that you can to make her life miserable. I'm going to try one more time to go to the Bay County thing, but I'm gonna do it in an interesting way. So we're gonna jump over to Middleton, but I'm gonna let's see if we can figure this out. Let's jump to Judge Middleton. He had a good one, and I'm gonna get that Bay County one on. Just give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to gift memberships. Supposedly you can, but whenever I go down there to it just wants me to buy myself a super chat, and I'm not really a super chat kind of guy. So that's yes, I'm gonna show Judge Fleischer. Kim, I'm gonna show Judge Fleischer, but we're gonna do that in just a little bit. So let's jump to Judge Middleton. He had quite an interesting guy out there. So let's see how that goes.
Good morning, sir. Are you Michael James Kern?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, I don't know, so I'll go with that. Judge Pattison was handling this matter, and he's not available today, so I'm Judge Middleton, and I'm going to take a look at this. I'm here at the courthouse. Also present is Mr. Keith Stickley. He's the Chief Public Defender. Your lawyer, Mr. Luke Nossinger, is not here. Because this wasn't scheduled, we just stuck it in here. You got arrested last night. Let's talk about the charge. The original charge is domestic violence second offense. It's alleged that on September 20th, you assaulted your girlfriend's aunt by spraying her with a hose and throwing some stuff at her. And that you had a previous offense. So it's charged as domestic violence second offense. Bond was originally set at $7,500 cash or surety. It was reduced to a PR bond. You had some medical issues, and it was set for a further hearing when you got out of the hospital. And you didn't show up for that hearing on October 8th. And Judge Pattison issued a bench warrant for your arrest and set the bond at $10,000. So let me ask you a couple of questions. You got arrested last night?
Yes, sir.
How did you get arrested?
Being at my grandma's.
Where's that?
That is River Road.
Did you get a new charge or they arrested you on this warrant?
I'm not for sure, honestly.
Why did they come to your grandmother's house?
Because of my dad.
All right, well, did somebody call the police?
I think my dad did.
Did he say, hey, there's a warrant out for you, or was there some sort of a disturbance?
No disturbance.
When did you get out of the hospital?
October. Let's see. It was like the middle of October. I know that.
Let's take a look. This is one of those things where I get a call over the weekend and you've got a medical emergency and it takes some doing, but we had converted your bond to a PR bond. That was September 27th. And then it was fixed on October 1st. Your hearing was October 8th. Were you still in the hospital on October 8th?
I could have been. I'm not for sure though. But I was through the hospital up to then, around that time. Yes. And they released me without, they said all charges were dropped at the hospital and they released me. And I even asked about the ban that they're supposed to put on me and they never did that either.
The ban, you mean like pretrial services?
Yes. And I don't even have a girlfriend. I never even, because I'm gay. Just to let you know. So I don't understand how these charges are false, sir.
Well, I don't know about that, but what it says here.
Because I don't even know.
The main victim, Consuela Marie Parsons. Oh, I had it backwards. It was her boyfriend's nephew. So Miss Parsons' boyfriend is your uncle. So you were staying there at your uncle's house?
No, that's my mom's house. And they came in and overtook it.
So were you there first?
I was there first. And then I had to call the cops on them where all my aunts and uncles came out because they were attacking me and then nothing happened. They didn't do anything about it multiple times. They graffitied my car. I just had to have the cops come back out there because they were trying to rip the motor out.
Now, who is Steve Kessler?
See, I don't know who that is either. And then, like, when I went back there to get my stuff, they got rid of my cats, and I don't know if they're dead or not either.
Well, I sure wish Judge Pattison was here. They talked to this Kessler, and apparently there were multiple people living there. And he said he then saw you blasting her with a hose, and she was all wet.
Don't make any other stuff.
And then they talked to your mother, Carol Kern. So Carol Kern is your mom?
Yes.
And she owns the house?
Yeah, she owns the house and she went to the probation center and left me in charge of it to pay all the bills and stuff. And then my uncle came in and overtook me while she's been in the jail. And then it's like a big.
Okay, well, okay, so you're there, these other people come. Now, according to her, she said Parsons, Consuela, was staying at the address. So the provenance of who has the right to be at the house is up in the air. It does show you have 2 prior domestic violence convictions, one from 2018 and one way back in 2000. So
yes,
you were staying at your grandmother's house, and for some reason your father called the police.
Yes, because I was cleaning up my grandma's yard and he gets mad about it. Like I'm doing something wrong, sir. Because all this is happening.
Well, so where would you go if I let you out of jail?
Well, my grandmother and my dad don't even live in the same house.
So you've been staying at your grandmother's?
Yeah.
But your dad doesn't live there?
No, he lives in the house out back. See, I get Indian money or native, settlements from my Indian tribe. And this is I believe is causing it with my family.
I was aware that you were a tribal member. Which tribe are you in? Nottawassippi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you get monthly tribal benefits?
Yes. And I've been very responsible with mine and they have not. So they're taking it out on me because of that.
Are they all tribal members also?
Yes.
All right. And are they trying to take advantage of your money?
Yes, they even try to take my car. The police didn't even make a report on it. The paint's still on it where the guy wiped his finger right on the fresh paint that they came and graffitied. And then I just got my car because they done pulled another Challenger up to my mother's house when my grandma went by next to my car and was going to rip the motor right out of it. My brand new Challenger. Because they stole the keys to that as well.
Well, let me go back to the question I asked a minute ago. I'm wandering in the woods here. If I let you out of jail, where will you go?
Well, can I go to my grandmother's or not? Because my dad does not live
there's
there.
nothing here that prohibits you from going to your grandmother's. I'm not clear whether you missed that court date because you were in the hospital or not. I do know that in late September and early October, you were in the hospital.
Yes,
at one point, you were under guard from the sheriff's department.
The reason why I was in the hospital is because of the first incident that the police never arrested my uncle on, where he kept beating the shit out of me, sorry for my excuse, and caused the trauma to my abdominal walls and I had to have a major surgery done because of it.
Well, I was aware you had some abdominal and intestinal issues, and I didn't feel you needed a jail guard at the hospital, so I created your bond as a PR bond.
I appreciate that.
You didn't show up for the hearing. Judge Patterson was miffed. She set the bond at he set the bond at $10,000. All right. I don't know whether you're welcome at your grandmother's house or not. There's nothing in here. What's your grandmother's name?
Janet Cunningham. See, and I haven't known my dad or my grandma and stuff my whole life, and so I went back over there and got to know them and stuff and let them in.
Which side are you a tribal member on?
My mother's side. I was born into a court case with my mother and father my mother turned 15, had me, and my dad turned 16 years old.
Yes, that's all in the records here. All right, I'm just trying to figure out what to do with you right now. If I leave the bond at $10,000, you'll be there. Your actual attorney is Luke Knopfsinger. Did you ever talk to him?
No, because at the hospital, they said that even the guard that left and signed me out, like our charges were dropped and I didn't even leave with the tether on. And I try to tell them when they arrested me, if you would think that my uncle would know my name, they arrested me originally under a false name as well.
What was the name you got arrested under?
Michael Cunningham. And my name's Michael Cunningham, and I had to tell them that. And then they didn't understand that when they were talking to me about my bond. And then got mad at me when I was saying, sir, this is not my name, let alone, I don't even know it, Consuela.
All right, was your birth name Michael Cunningham?
No, it's never been. So why wouldn't my uncle know? Because that was my uncle.
I don't know. I'm, like I said, grasping at straws here. I'm not going to give you a PR bond. I'm going to give you a low bond. And if somebody will post it, then you can get out. I'm going to set an attorney pretrial in front of Judge Pattison for, Judge Pattison will be occupied on November 15th.
Except for the 22nd, aren't they?
Are they set? I was just gonna look. Yes, I'm gonna set an attorney pretrial for November 22nd.
I appreciate that.
With Luke Knopfsinger. At 8:30. Bond is 10,000 cash or surety. I'm going to reduce the bond to $2,500, 10%, with all the same conditions.
Okay. Thank you so much.
There's nothing in here that says you can't go to your grandmother's. I don't know what your grandmother thinks about that. And I'm unclear as to exactly the circumstances of how you got arrested last night. In fact, I'm unclear about a lot.
As we all are.
But this was an angry, it was like hitting her with a hose, and I'm not even really sure what the heck was going on. So
because I thought the room was locked when she came in, and I heard somebody in the room, and that's what happened. Is there
when does your mom get out of the center?
Mom gets out on the 19th, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure because I'm not allowed to talk to her. I haven't talked to her since the day that she went in. Like they took everything. I guess somebody went over there now and told me they destroyed the whole house.
Don't know the answer to that. Clet Road is officially out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
All right, Mr. Kern, I'm not sure where we're headed here, but you've got an attorney pretrial with Attorney Knopfsinger for Friday, November 22nd. I set your bond in the amount of $2,500, 10%, meaning for $250, if somebody will put up the bond, you can get out. The conditions are the same. You need to contact your lawyer. I think there's a condition that you contact pretrial services.
Okay. Can I get some paper and pen to write this down?
Yeah, we're gonna send it out to you before you go.
Okay.
Your Honor, what is Mr. Kern's docket number so I can be?
The file
prepared?
number is 241726.
Thank you. I just need to be prepared for the
All right,
22nd.
Mr. Kern, best of luck. Judge Patterson will be seeing you at your next hearing.
Okay, thank you. It was nice to
Thank
meet you, Middleton.
All right, thank you. Judge Patterson owes me.
Big time, huh?
The more I asked, the more confused I got, but
Just come see me.
there's always more to the story, and there's a lot more to that story, but
You sound like Paul Harvey.
yes. All right.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for the big and raid. That's great. Just in time, I finally figured out how I'm going to get over that Bay County. So we're gonna jump over to Bay County. Everybody, make sure to say hey to Victoria Bernal. It's her birthday today, so she's in need of some attention. So make sure to give it to her. Thank you, Biggin, and thank you for all y'all raiding over. Let's jump over to Bay County, Florida.
TV and state your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Destiny Davis.
Ms. Davis, before the court, charged with fraud. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. Indicated, well, based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. Question about that?
No, sir.
You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or represent yourself. Yeah, criminal history?
Of Georgia, you had a marijuana in 21, controlled substance 19, and that's it.
Onset at 5,000. Court date's going to be December 16th at 9 o'clock. No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party with the alleged victim.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X man. State your name.
Judge, before the court on failure to pay fine for what was originally a retail theft charge in front of Judge Grammer. You understand that now?
You understand why you're here?
Yes.
You've been ordered to serve 15 days in the Bay County Jail, but you may purge out upon payment of $500. Good luck, ma'am.
All right, step to your right to the T. Next, when the green light comes on, sign. Red X man. Face the TV, state your name.
Brianna Davis.
Ms. Davis, before the court try to petty theft, do you understand that charge? You understand what you've been charged with, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Shoplifting.
Yes, ma'am. I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Second, your physical and address. Based on your application, if unless you do qualify, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
Yes, sir.
Deputy, criminal history on Ms. Davis?
No history.
Ms. Davis, what brings you down here from Valdosta?
Well, me and my fiance, we was on vacation with our family, and after that, we left yesterday heading back to Georgia, and we had went to a
That's enough.
No, don't talk about the case. You're down here on vacation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You Georgia Bulldog?
No, sir.
No?
I'm a Gator fan.
Oh. Oh. That's wrong on so many levels.
Really is, though.
From Valdosta? A Gator fan? I mean, I know it's just across the line, but come on now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Well, Ms. Davis, I'm going to give you a court date for next week. So you're going to have to be back Wednesday, okay? Can you do that?
Well, right now I'm in Valdosta. I have no transportation.
That's what I was afraid of. Would it be better or worse if I made it next Friday?
This Friday, I'm trying to figure me a ride.
Next Friday.
Today's Friday. So it'd be next Friday.
Next Friday.
You got a family member or somebody that can bring you back?
No, sir. all my family members are far away in
Yeah.
different states. Like, I just lost my mom, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And that's my only hope of the transportation.
How old are you, Miss Davis?
I'm 22.
Okay. Did you get through high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you got internet access up there?
Yes, sir.
You got have you got a email address and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if your boyfriend's family's still in town?
No, sir. They left yesterday.
So let me ask you this. If I let you out of jail, what are you gonna do?
Well, my plan is walking back to Valdosta.
I can't do that. Can't do that. Floyd. I've appointed her representation by the public defender's office. I'm going to need some help on this one.
Judge, she's between a rock and a hard place.
I know.
Can your boyfriend come back and get you?
Where's your boyfriend?
He's here also.
He's in jail.
Yeah. He's in the same jail.
Who is your boyfriend?
James Craven.
Yeah.
He's coming up.
Yeah, they both got picked up for the same thing. I'm just curious if he's going to be in the same
This
situation.
is the shot glasses?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to, I want to get her, I want to let her go, but I don't want her walking back to Valdosta.
Well,
you're not gonna let him out like that, though. You're not gonna let him out.
Okay.
So she's gonna be by herself unless he bonds.
Okay, I hear you.
Looks like she'll have court Monday.
Well, we don't.
Nope, it's a holiday.
Got court Wednesday. It's 5 days because of the holiday weekends, Monday. So, Miss Davis.
Yes, sir.
Please straight up.
But then I'm letting her out with nothing.
We're gonna let her out with nothing anyway.
I'm gonna let her out with nothing either way, aren't I?
Exactly.
No, I'm gonna put a $100 bond on her. All right, Miss Davis, listen to me. And I know this is not what you want to hear, but I think your best interest is to sit tight where you're at and let us have the long weekend to figure out a way to get you back home. And I'll see you Wednesday morning at first thing, okay?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you walking back to Valdosta.
Yes, sir.
Because if I let you out today and you walk back to Valdosta, you're going to miss a court date. There's going to be a warrant for you down here. You're going to really be between a rock and a hard place, and there's not going to be anywhere for you to go, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm putting a monetary bond on you so that you get credit for the time you spend in the Bay County Jail. Don't post that bond even if you got it. Just sit tight for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
see you.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign.
I don't understand fucking Daddy Jerusalem wanna be. He's not even fucking from real. One of the ones I fucking hate.
I'm half blind and I can't see.
Just sit tight, we'll tell you. Melinda, say your name.
Melinda Roberts. It's not like you didn't know who I am.
Miss Roberts, how you doing?
Don't want to be in front of you. You and I don't see eye to eye, never have.
Well, you do
I would rather have another judge on the case because I know who you are.
Who am I?
I think it's Todd Ellison, Jerusalem. Anything to you, Van?
No?
Elijah Ellison's fucking daddy. You want to meet with me in Thomasville, Georgia, at the baseball field? What my damn agreement was?
At a baseball field?
No, I don't play your game, Van. I don't play your fucking game.
Bond said at 5,000. Court date's gonna be November 13th at 8:30 in front of me.
And I'm gonna see you for the leaf liner, motherfucker. Remember when you ain't supposed to be alive, motherfucker? You're on a case you shouldn't be. Like you fucking keep me from goddamn real. Like you not a real fucking piece of shit.
She on probation too. Somebody was smart to put her on felony probation for Wednesday last week.
Fucking ass dick, sucking ass shit. Step up here.
Just step on the X.
What's her case number?
I'm so mad that they did that too. 24 3009 CF. Exactly. I was like, who did this? And it's a felony probation.
Judge Stevenson?
I think what I like the most about my crowd is as I watched that, I was like, oh, they'll like that. And then I see Jennifer saying this is Precious, another one, Brecken saying this is her spirit animal. That lady, in what I like the most is how the judge doesn't penalize her for it. There's no contempt of court. There's no, no showing out like that, and all that stuff's not necessary. He's dealt with her before and he knows how she is. So, but it was good to see y'all's reactions on that. That's the exact perfect reaction for that sort of case.
I can't wait till she sees Judge Stevenson for this. Does she think I saw her in Thomasville, Georgia?
On the
I we didn't play any travel ball tournaments in Thomasville.
At the park, you heard it.
No, we didn't. We did not. We played a bunch of soccer tournaments in Thomasville. Rose City soccer.
You heard it.
I don't know, but I didn't do it. Is this Miss Cunningham? Miss Cunningham, you're fully court for charged with violating your probation was originally possession of meth, controlled substance, and burglary in front of Judge Stevenson. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Judge Stevenson's already held out bond. Your court date's going to be January the 2nd at 9 o'clock. Good luck, ma'am.
January 2nd? Gee.
That's what I said. I didn't study. Those circuit judges don't work. They're not going to work over those holidays for sure.
Step up on the X. State your name, ma'am.
Sutton, how you doing?
Okay.
Sutton, your first court on an Addison County warrant is out of Escambia County for a fraud charge. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, your bond's been set at $10,000 by the Escambia County judge. Can you make that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can post it in Escambia County, and they'll send a teletype here and say that for us to release you, and then it's up to you to make your court date, okay?
Okay, I believe it should have already been in process. I already spoke to the bondsman last night.
Good.
But I don't know what's going on. I haven't talked to nobody.
Sometimes it takes a little while because it's a different county, okay?
Yes, sir.
You can say November the 22nd on the off chance that it doesn't go through, just so you have a tracking date.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
You said 10,000?
It's what it was preset at.
10. Step over to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. It'll come on in a minute. Step on the X, sir. Yep, step on the X. State your name.
Mr. Bandu, you're fully court on a failure to appear for a petty theft. I'm sorry, for a pre-trial conference for what was originally license plate not assigned and driving license been revoked. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Your bond's been set at $7,500. Your court date is November the 14th at 9 o'clock. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next.
Why is it a T on the ground?
Face the TV. State your name.
My name is James Craven, Your Honor.
Mr. Craven.
Bandu, sign.
I knew this is the other half. This is charge of petty theft. Shot glass. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. True?
Do what, sir?
Been advised of your rights today?
Have you been advised of your rights today and given a copy of the paperwork?
Yes, sir, I have. I have it in my hand.
Based on your application, unless you do qualify, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you have an attorney now.
Yes, sir.
Deputy, criminal history?
He's actually on probation for a petty theft from over there.
I am.
24 was a petty theft, VOP, and a VOP. 23 trespass and no valid. That's it.
Georgia?
Colquitt
Yes, sir.
County.
I am from Colquitt County. We came down here on a little family vacation and really didn't anticipate it, but it just happened.
Nobody ever does.
Don't talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk about it.
So, Mr. Craven, your family's already gone back to Colquitt?
Yes, sir, they have.
So how are y'all gonna get back?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I can't get a hold on the phone because the PIN, passcode, whatever, it don't seem want to work with me. And I've been trying since I got in here yesterday to work the phone to figure out the PIN code, whatever it's trying to tell me to use on the phone. But yes, sir, they're back in Georgia. I don't know how me and my wife's gonna get back home.
So y'all get married in jail?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, she didn't describe herself as your wife. She described herself as your girlfriend.
Well, wife, fiance, girlfriend, we all classify it as the same
It does make a
thing.
difference. I promise you, it makes a
do.
difference. It do. It do.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Bond set at 5,000. I'll see you Wednesday morning at 8:30. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Step to your right to.
That's just sad that that young girl stuck with him. It's doomed. I don't know how that's going to work out, but that's certainly not going to be. They're not going to walk to Valdosta. Valdosta is at least 200 miles away. It's got to be right at 200 miles away. There's no way in the world they're walking to Valdosta. It's still too hot in Florida, and 200 miles is still 200 miles. So, all right, let's look at my buddy Judge Hayward in Clayton County, Georgia. Let's go there.
There you are. All right. Hello. So you're before the court for driving on a suspended or revoked license and no license. Do you need an attorney to represent you?
No, not really. I'm guilty for that.
Hold on, ma'am. Are you over 21?
Yeah, I'm over 21.
All right.
That was a long time ago, though. Does it matter? Because I was pregnant at the time.
Hold on. No, it don't matter that you were pregnant. Pregnancy don't keep you from getting a license. But let me ask you this. Do you currently have a license?
No, because then when I had my baby, I had another baby right after that. So I never had license. I never got a license. So I still haven't had time to go get my license yet. So
now, Miss John Baptiste, you had time to make another baby. You had time to go.
These babies keep me busy. And then job.
I'm just saying, if you had time to make another baby, ma'am, you could have gone and got that license.
You're absolutely right, but I haven't went and got the license, so there's no excuse. You absolutely right.
Let me just talk to you from a practical standpoint. This is Georgia. It's not like New York or some places that have a metro system and a widespread bus system. We do the best we can, but we don't have it like that. And if you got two babies, you got to be able to get them to where they need to be.
Absolutely.
So you're handicapping yourself and your babies by not going and spending $40 to get a license as opposed to what this is going to cost.
Yeah, you're right.
So I just need you to, as a mama, you got to make economic sense. You got to make common sense, all of these things. And so if you had time to make a whole nother baby, you had time to come down to DMV and stand in line and get your license.
Yeah, I just stopped driving.
Yeah,
so now I have a driver. I just don't even drive no more.
And you got two babies. What happens if you got to run and get your baby from somewhere? Or
you know what it was? It wasn't even that. I had ended up getting in a bad accident and it traumatized me. So I don't like driving. I don't like driving with my babies. So I don't drive at all.
That's fair, but if you do
Yeah.
probably need to get your license just for other
Yeah.
things. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, Miss Hagler, Miss Jean Baptiste is representing herself. She's over 21. Can you give her the recommendation from the state?
Yes, and for the court's information, she also has 2 other cases on the calendar as well.
Oh, yeah, she does. I didn't go to the next page. So, Ms. Jean-Baptiste, you have 2 driving on the suspended or revoked license or no license, and 1 theft by shoplifting. So we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Right. Because the death by shoplifting, I'm not doing. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Okay.
The reason people have lawyers, and let me just tell you what lawyers do. They tell you, stop talking.
Right.
But lawyers
I need a lawyer for that one, most definitely.
Okay.
But I'm not worrying about that one. I got
I'm glad you're not worrying about it. Okay, Miss Hagler, for the first 2, what is the recommendation from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, for case ending in 06029 for count 1, a fine of $500. The state will not prosecute count 2. For case ending in 01891, a fine of 12 months to serve 2 days, balance suspended, and a fine of $1,000 to be suspended. And the state will not prosecute count 2.
Okay. And then, all right, thank you. So, ma'am.
Yes.
So, the fines are statutory, which means they're written into the statute. I don't make them up. Ms. Hagler doesn't make them up. So, the first one is a $500 fine for your first time. The $500 fine with the surcharges are going to be $737.50. Now, the second one goes up to $1,000. And I just need to tell you, the third one is $1,500 plus the surcharges, which makes us closer to $2,400 or $2,000 and something. And then the fourth one is a felony. So if you drive and you don't have your license, if you get 4 of these, you got a felony. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the second one, Ms. Hagler, you said was 12 months, 2 days, balance suspended, and the $1,000 fine would be suspended. Did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Hagler is doing you a big favor, Ms. Jean-Baptiste, because on the second one, she's willing to suspend the $1,000 fine so that you don't have to pay that as long as you pay the other one.
Okay. And then how long do I have to pay it?
I can give you 12 months.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that. It's
all
fine.
right. And you said you wanted an attorney for your third case?
Yeah, because they don't have nothing to do with me, and I'm not taking
it. Stop talking, Ms.
Okay.
All right.
But yes, I want an attorney for that.
All right. So I'm going to appoint the law firm of Lister Holt Dennis, Mr. Taylor, or Mr. Lynch. So what I need you to do now is you know how to use the chat.
Give me a second. Come on, Daddy. Let me finish, huh? Okay, huh? Go now and watch TV. I'm almost done.
Mr. Taylor, can you send her a test chat and she can respond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Jean-Baptiste, you're going to see a red box pop up with a number in it on your screen in a minute.
Okay.
When you do, click on that and respond. Put your phone number and your email address in the box and send it back to Mr. Taylor.
Okay, I sure will.
All right. So now did you, Mr. Taylor, you've heard the terms of the other 2. I would rather her do them all at one time. So just go ahead and talk to her about the third case, and then we can take, if y'all are able to resolve that today, we can take all of those pleas at one time.
Sounds like she's indicating this.
Okay. Did you sent it, Ms. Jean-Baptiste?
Send it down my son on the last. I'm about to send it.
You did?
I'm about to send it now.
Okay, go ahead and send that for me to Mr. Taylor.
Okay.
They jump off there and come back when she's got the lawyer. They finish that up.
It's not letting me get to it.
Okay. Do you see the red dot? I mean, the red box?
No, it's supposed to be at the top or the bottom.
Somewhere on your screen. I'm not sure what you have.
Screen.
There should be-
Mute and mute.
There should
I'm
be a
sorry.
button that says chat with a emoji of a.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see the I don't see it.
Click more if you can see something that says more with 3 dots.
Okay, hold on. With a camera.
I just sent her a test too.
It still have, I don't see your text. That's not popping up.
You don't see a red box. Enter the plea of not guilty on your theft by shoplifting case, and you're going to work with your attorneys on that one. But on the traffic offenses, you said that you wish to take a plea today. Raise your right hand for me.
Yes.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hands down. So you're before the court on case 2021 CR 06029, Jayla Monet Jean-Baptiste, for driving under a suspended or revoked license and no license. And did you want to enter a plea of NOLO or guilty? Is she NOLO eligible, Ms. Hagler?
She is, Your Honor.
All right. So if you enter a plea of NOLO on the first one, then you can do the guilty on the second one. It helps a little bit. All right. So by entering a plea of NOLO on the first case, and then on case 2022 CR 01891 for driving on a suspended or revoked license and no license, you're entering a plea of guilty to the first count, and count 2 will be no pros. But you're by doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. You have to say yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Factual basis and factual basis, and we can repeat the recommendation.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. Pertaining to case ending in 06029, on or about April the 1st of 2021, while Officer M. Davis was conducting an approved road safety check, the defendant's vehicle entered that check. Officer Davis asked the defendant to present her driver's license at that time, so that she did not have one. She presented a Georgia identification card, which was run through GCIC and revealed that she had a suspended license. At that time, she received a citation for driver's license suspended. The state's recommendation for count 1 is a fine of $500 based on the non-pros count 2 for case ending in 01891 on or about April the 28th of 2022. Sergeant Thompson was conducting an approved safety checkpoint at the intersection of King Road and Walker Road, Clayton County, Georgia. At that time, the defendant's vehicle entered the stop point. He conducted a canvass of the area. He initiated a traffic stop, and the defendant was, 1 second, Your Honor. Okay. Let me back up a few. So he was conducting a road safety check at the intersection of King Road and Walker Road. While at the intersection, the defendant did not go through the check safety point. At that time, Officer Thompson conducted a canvass of the area and then located the defendant's vehicle. He conducted a traffic stop and asked the defendant why she did not go through the safety checkpoint. The defendant said that she did not stop because she thought it was an accident. She provided her name and date of birth, and it turned out that her information was suspended. At that time, and she was given a citation for driver's license suspended. Your Honor, the state's recommendation for count 1 is a fine of 12 months to serve 2 days, balance suspended, a fine of $1,000 to be suspended, and the state is going to not prosecute count 2.
12 months to serve 2 days is what that means.
You'll get credit for time served, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
We're not trying to bring you and the babies to the jailhouse.
I'll tell you.
All right. All right. So, ma'am, I'm going to accept your plea of no load to count 1 on the case. Case 2021 CR 06029. And on that case, count 1 will be no load, count 2 will be no pros. I'll sentence you to 12 months pay only probation, which means that the only 2 things you have to do is report and pay. And as soon as you finish paying your $500 fine, your probation will terminate. But I do have to tell you the $500 fine with the surcharges will be a total of $737.50. You'll have 12 months to pay it, but the quicker you pay it, the quicker you will be off probation. Are you currently working? Let me ask you.
Yes, I am, but I work from home. The question is, do I have to go in because I don't stay in Clay County? That's the thing. I don't stay in Clay County, so it's kind of, and I don't drive. So
okay, hold on. I can do phone and mail report as long as you're paying on consistently. You should be okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the probation expert, and she's going to do your intake. Ask her any questions that you have, particularly as they pertain to your situation, okay?
Okay.
All right, she's going to give you information about that. On the case 2022 CR 01891, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 1. Count 2 will be no pros. I'll sentence you to 12 months to 2 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended and $1,000 fine will be suspended. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, ma'am, before I know you have trauma, but I hope you get over that. I hope it gets better.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my license because I never had license, so I don't know.
Yeah, you get your license, ma'am.
I know.
Take your little class and get your license. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mrs. James, and she's going to explain everything to you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And
all right, it's just a little bit more of the talking there. I'm going to go ahead and show a picture that Lena sent today. So here, everybody, it looks like she found an American staple of Buc-ee's. So there's a picture of Lena's, everyone. Y'all can be mean to her and laugh that she's never been to a Buc-ee's before. So, all right, we're going to go to let's go to Judge Fleischer. We hadn't seen Judge Fleischer today, so let's go over there.
Yes, sir.
You are a licensed truck driver and have a CDL. You allegedly have alcohol in the car. You are held to a higher standard because you have a CDL. In fact, your breath tests are even lower than what a normal person is because of a CDL. And now you want me to just cut you some slack? Every person that comes in here, when they have alcohol in the car, I take away their ability to drive. Actions have consequences, and I understand that this is going to cost you big, but am I supposed to feel bad? Until I truly know that you appreciate the fact that the awesome privilege it is to be able to drive. I'm sorry. Show me that you understand and that you appreciate the ability to drive, and then I'll reconsider. But I have a real problem considering even that you have a CDL, you have alcohol in the car allegedly while you're driving. No. Take a seat for me. Show me some time that he appreciates it and not this, oh, I feel better now. I'm like, no. Proactivity that he appreciates it. Come back and we can talk.
Yes, sir.
It's not a hard line, and I'm not, we're not out for blood forever. It's just, I want to know that he appreciates it. It's not going to be an issue ever again. And then,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
All right, Judge.
All right.
Page 8, Ibarra, come on up.
Si le contestan nada más en español.
Oriana Guevara Aponte.
¿Dónde es usted?
Sí,
Ya sé.
señor.
Ma'am, you were charged with theft.
La acusa con hurto, robo.
You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
De $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
Hacer silencio.
Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present.
Abogado presente.
If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a Walmart in Harris County, Texas, in response to a death. The loss prevention officer told officers that the defendant placed numerous items into Walmart shopping bags that were already in her cart. The defendant continued to place additional items into the bags, including a blanket and plug-in sets. The defendant then walked past all points of sale without paying for the items. No prior criminal history, Judge.
¿Cuál es el valor?
The DIMs don't say, I'm checking to see if the offense report is up.
Great to see you. Look,
We do have some discovery and I'm just seeing if one of them is the offense.
I need a value.
I know. Okay, yes, $218.52.
Ms. Guevara, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Sin permiso. With permission.
I don't know whether you do or
No sé
not.
si lo
Quite
tiene o
frankly,
no,
it doesn't matter. The only thing I will tell you is that if you are not, or if there's any problem with your paperwork and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with and then shipped off to immigration and sit there for another 6 to 9 months. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate any of the conditions that we put forth on you now and do not pick up a new case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go to any Walmart for any reason whatsoever. Do you understand?
Entendido. Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
If I find that you go to Walmart, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Now, you have an attorney. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Ms. Garcia. She will tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you, likewise, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Heed this warning, man. You will not get another one.
Advertencia no va a tener otra.
Please. Thank
Hacia
you.
la izquierda. My competition.
You are Helen de Alvarado Mejia.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Officers were dispatched to a J.C. Penney in Harris County, Texas, in response to a theft. The loss prevention officer told officers that he observed the defendant take various items and walk past all points of sales without paying. The officer observed this on the store surveillance. The total cost of the stolen items was $178, and the items included a smartwatch and skin products. The co-defendant in the case was arrested for possession of a controlled substance out of the same transaction, and she's up in felony courts, and this defendant has no prior criminal history.
Did the other person have a theft case as well? Do you know, or just a PCS? Because if they also charged the co-defendant with theft, we need to know what the cause number is, because it may
It
transfer.
was just a PCS, Judge.
That's it? Okay. Mr. Alvarado, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen? What happens if you go to jail, man?
Well, I don't want to go to jail.
I know,
Just say.
that's not my question.
Eso no fue mi
What
pregunta.
happens if you go to jail? I want you to think and I want you to realize the consequence of behavior. So tell me, what happens if you go to jail?
¿Qué pasa si te da caso?
No, pues. Mis hijas deberían apoyo.
But my daughters would
Mi familia.
be without support in my family.
You're not in this country with permission.
No están en país
So
con
if you go to
permiso.
jail and immigration finds you, there will put a detainer on you. And you're going to be in there for about 6 to 9 months. That's what you have waiting for you if you go to jail. Anything more than 4 hours, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. I'm going to put conditions on you now. If you violate these conditions, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The relationship is the co-defendant to this person. Do you know? Okay. I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person. I'm also ordering you not to go back to JCPenney. If you violate these conditions, likewise, you know what's going to happen. You will not get any more warnings from us.
So no contact with the co-defendant
Yeah,
or
or going to the JCPenney.
any other.
Yeah, any JCPenney. Tell me, ma'am, what do you do for a living?
Trabajo en remodelación.
I work in remodeling.
Do you have a steady income?
¿Tiene ingresos estables?
No.
No.
Apply for an appointed lawyer.
¿Quiere aplicar por un nuevo edificio?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, we'll give you an application.
Una aplicación.
I need you to fill it out. I need to know everything about you. Do not just leave everything blank. I will send it right back to you. I need to know numbers. I need to know how much money you have coming in a month. I need to know how much money you spend. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while you do that. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue one for your arrest as well. And then we'll take a look at the application here shortly. Good morning, ma'am. You are Yurisbel Perez Leyva.
Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On November 1st, 2024, officers were working in an undercover capacity while conducting a vice investigation at Glamour Girls, a sexual-oriented business located at 14428 Hempstead Road in Harris County, Texas. While inside, officer was approached by the defendant. The two engaged in a conversation that turned sexual in nature. The defendant asked the officer if he wanted to go to the VIP room in return for $120. When officer asked what it would include, the defendant replied, "Me." Officer told the defendant that he wanted to fuck, and the defendant smiled at him and said, "Okay, everything for $400. The defendant agreed to have straight sex with the officer for a fee of $400.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to order you as a condition of your bond not to engage in like-kind activity. If I find that you continue with this, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Okay.
Would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? Okay, we will give you an application. I need to know how much money you make a month. I will take a look at it. And then if you qualify, I will give you a lawyer today. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we will have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. Please. So no engaging in, please.
Page 4, Booker, come on up. Counsel, please. Thank you. Have a seat.
You are Taylor Brooker or Booker, sorry. Ms. Brooker, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to an assault. The complainant, defendant's sister, told officers that she and the defendant got into an argument. The complainant was sitting on the couch when the defendant came and stood over her and tried to take complainant's phone out of her hand. The complainant pushed defendant away and the defendant began striking the complainant. The complainant told officers that defendant was holding complainant by the hair and bit her on the ear, breaking the skin and causing pain. Judge, this defendant has also had a prior A offense, impeding breath, with the same complainant. We've spoken to the complainant and she wants no contact.
Ms. Brooker, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. If I find that you're in possession of your weapons, you try to have contact with this person in whatever means. I don't care. No contact means no Snapchat, Facebook, social media. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I will put you in jail. How old are you, ma'am? You're 21. What do you do with yourself now?
I take care of my grandparents. I do healthcare.
You get paid for that?
Yes, sir.
How much money do you make a month?
1K a month. 1K a month.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to work on that right now. I am making that a condition of your bond. You cannot go through life at the minimum without a high school education. I'm going to bring you back. I'll give you a lawyer. Are you really rolling your eyes at me?
I can't read you. That's
I want you to work on getting your GED.
fine.
I'm making that a condition of your bond.
I heard that part. I just didn't hear anything else, sir.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond. You
sorry.
understand? I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to take the drug test, if you fail to come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? When you come back, we will talk about your lawyer situation, about working on your getting your GED as well. Just take a seat for me, man. Diego Cuellar. You speak English, sir? Mr. Cuellar, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have, if you cannot afford an attorney, we will provide one for you. Are you high right now?
No.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23
You smell anything on it?
officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of a freeway in Harris Counny, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway and driving with an expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. Officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw a partially smoked marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red, glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant showed a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage. 5 out of 8 walk and turn and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were red and the defendant consented to breath and blood. The breath was 0.00 and the blood was drawn, Judge. He does not have a driver's license and he does have a previous history.
What?
It's juvenile, Judge.
Any DWIs, anything like that?
No DWIs.
How old are you, sir?
17.
For a living?
Nothing right now.
High school?
I just moved out here.
From where?
From Port Lavaca.
So who are you living with here now?
Dad.
Okay, is your dad here now?
Yeah, he outside.
Go get him.
I'm ready on that other case.
Okay, you finish this real quick and then. That's not that.
No. That's not it.
Good morning. Are you familiar with what happened? Do you know anything about this case? First off, let me say, thank you for coming. I appreciate that you're here. He's charged with driving while intoxicated. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We've done probable cause. I have found that probable cause exists. Do you want to hear it? Okay. Do you mind again, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thanks.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of a freeway in Harris County, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway and driving with expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. Officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw a partially smoked marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red, glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant to show a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage. 5 out of 8 walk and turn and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were red and the defendant consented to breath and blood. The breath was 0.00 and blood was drawn. The defendant does not have a driver's license.
That's what's happened. No more marijuana. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I will revoke your bond. You do not have a Texas driver license. You are not allowed to drive. I am also making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Sir.
You are 17 years old. You have your life ahead of you. You are doing nothing at this point when you should be at a minimum in high school trying to get your degree. I'm now also making that a condition of your bond. You are to get back into high school or get your GED. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to start that. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, sir.
He lives with you.
Or he actually does. He actually lives with me now, but he just got here like 2 weeks, like maybe a couple weeks ago. So he's been living with his grandparents out of Victoria.
Okay.
He's not even from there.
Is he behaving with you? Okay.
The whole point has been kind of like a, like a problem with I'm living down there, so that's why I got him and try to get everything.
Has he been having a lot of issues down there?
Not that I know of, I don't know of the issues down there. I'm just becoming aware, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of like connected and trying to make everything right now.
This is not a good way to start through your life. You look high as hell right now, Mr. Cuellar. I mean, I want you to start working on your education, and I'm going to keep you extremely close to me. I'm going to make sure that you do not pick up any new cases, and the system is not going to fail you here. Do you understand? If I have to keep putting you in jail to make sure to get you to understand, we're going to do that. But you will leave here a success. You're not going to leave here worse off than you came. Do you understand? Okay. Would you like me to appoint him a lawyer? Okay, I'm gonna appoint him a lawyer, but I'm gonna send him for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, he's gonna test positive for. And we'll have him come right back, and then I'll momentarily have him talk to a lawyer as well, and then we'll discuss the bond conditions as well. If you have any issues with him, just let me know, and then I'll take care of it for you. All you gotta tell me is what's going on. He starts acting a fool, tell me, and I'll straighten everything out for you. Okay? Before you leave, I'll give you my card as well, so that you can get in contact with us, all right? Okay. All right, take a seat for me, sir.
And Judge, that's us. You wanna-
So are you, who's Leslie Vasquez? Okay, and you are Ashley Varela. Okay, ladies, both of you are charged, or you're charged with theft. You are also charged with theft. Both of you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On October 29th of 2024, officers were dispatched to a theft of a business at a Target located at 1801 West Bay Area Boulevard. Upon arrival, officer met with the complainant, who advised that two Hispanic males were concealing items inside of a stroller and Target bags. The complainant stated the females exited the store, passing all points of sale, and were subsequently detained and taken into the Asset Protection Office. The females were detained for passing all points of sale, and the total cost of the stolen items was $333.19.
And we saw them acting in concert with this.
Yes, Judge.
Ladies, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you both not to go back to any Target. Do you understand? Do not pick up any new cases, otherwise I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. How old are you, ma'am?
19.
How old are you, ma'am? What do you guys do for a living?
I don't work.
Did you graduate from high school?
Huh?
Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet,
dropped
you're
out.
19.
I dropped
Start
out.
going to college at 19. What are you doing with yourself now?
I just recently quit my job.
Doing,
My husband didn't want me working anymore.
so you're going to rely on your husband for the rest of your life? That's not a good way to go through life, you know, because that husband at some point may not be there. And if he's not there for you, how are you going to eat? How are you going to support yourself? You know, I have a very young daughter, and one of the things that I'm teaching my daughter is never to rely on any man for any reason. That's why you get an education. That's why you go far in life. So you never have to rely on anyone to be able to take care of you. Because if that, the divorce rate in this country is so high, never rely on a man, ever. You need to do something with your life, and you need to get back into high school. And we're going to make sure that that happens. Do you understand? I will appoint your lawyer today, but I want to see what you've done in 2 weeks to get back in high school. If you've done nothing, tell me about yourself.
I recently stopped high school because I just had my baby, but I'm trying to get back into school.
No. Likewise, you will be on the same path as well. And if you've done nothing, same thing. Don't ever rely on a man. Men are, some men are good, some men are not very good, but you need to be able to rely on yourself so that you work, have knowledge, because if you don't, you'll go nowhere in life. You'll never have money and you'll always have to rely on a man. Don't. Be smarter. All right, so if you can appoint lawyers to both of them, and then we will have you sign conditions that you're not allowed to go to Target. And I want to see you both back in 2 weeks to see what you've done to start working on your GED. At a minimum, you cannot go through life without having a high school education. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll have you sign a recess with Victoria, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box over there. Come on.
Mr. Russell.
Are you with him? Who are you? Come on up, Mom. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Mr. Melendez is charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. He's facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. The last that we were doing probable cause. And I wanted to see whether there was actual probable cause to go forward or not. From what I gather, I mean, do you want to go ahead and read it so that she can hear it? Do you mind?
Yes, Judge, I can.
Okay.
So these charges stem from an evading arrest in a motor vehicle. This defendant was the back passenger in the car. Officers attempted to initiate a traffic stop at around midnight after observing the defendant vehicle run a stop sign. Officers activated emergency lights and sirens, and the driver of the vehicle disregarded them, turning off all lights in the vehicle, attempting to evade arrest. The driver drove for approximately 0.4 miles before driving off of the road and into a grassy area. A felony traffic stop was conducted. During the search of the vehicle, officers discovered an unholstered handgun on the back passenger floorboard where the defendant's feet were. They also found another handgun underneath the passenger seat itself.
So they found two handguns?
Yes, Judge.
This was an initial.
I know.
So
it's not in the
Where's the
spirit.
first gun?
The first one is directly under the defendant's feet. The second one is in front of the defendant under the passenger seat.
Okay.
So one on the floorboard directly in front of him, he has care, custody, and control, and one of them directly under the passenger seat in front of him, which is unoccupied. And the defendant was also found, the gun was reported stolen notably, and this defendant had latex gloves on his hand at the time.
Do you have anything else?
No, Judge, the co-defendant was charged with evading arrest in the motor vehicle and unlawful carry of a weapon, pinning the gun under the passenger seat on him. So the gun under the floor, on the floorboard where the defendant's feet were, we are alleging is this defendant's gun. He has care, custody, and control of that. The one under this passenger seat is the defendant driver.
Yes, with the fact that he has a glove on.
Yes,
you know.
Judge.
Mr. Stop. Now's not the time. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. How many people did you say were in the car?
Two people, Judge, defendant driver and defendant passenger.
Who is the driver?
The driver.
In what relation is it to Mr. Melendez here?
They both are 17-year-olds, Judge. It looks like they may be friends. I don't know if there's any other relationship, but they're both 17.
What do you do with yourself these days? Doing what?
Auto detail. Auto detail.
Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet.
Are you in high school?
In a program.
What is he doing with himself these days, Mom?
He's working full-time.
But he's not in school.
He was currently doing a homeschool program, but I got behind on the payments. So until I can catch up, he can continue his homeschool program.
We have resources here that can help you get into free schooling to help him, because I want him to get his GED. He cannot go around without a minimum of high school education, because you will amount to nothing in this life. This life is about one thing, and this country is about one thing. And if this last election shows you anything, this country is about one thing and one thing only. This, the almighty dollar. And if you don't have money, you don't have anything. You will not have anything in life. You will not have a wife. You will not have a house. You will not have vacations, car. If you don't have an education, you will not have money, and your life The journey that this life is, it's either a great journey with money, vacations, things to do, or it can be a rotten toilet of an existence where you're in and out of jail, no money, living on the street, begging just to be able to eat. You are now at 17 with no prospects. It's not going to happen anymore. This system will not fail you. Do you understand?
Sir,
If I go test you now, what are you going to test positive for?
it's marijuana.
I'm sending you now. What else? If you're lying to me, it's not going to go well for
Shouldn't
you.
be.
I'm sending you now because I want to know what, if anything. You are not to hang out with this person anymore in the car. Do you understand?
Sir,
You are to get back into school or start any kind of program to start working your GED. And I will test you. And the next time you test positive for anything, I'm going to keep you with me. Chances are your mom doesn't have a lot of money. I'll make it a high bond. Your butt's going to stay in custody. You get my drift.
sir.
I want him to follow your rules. And if he gives you any grief, any kind of headache, you let me know and I'll take care of it. I really want what's best for him. And if he's out in the middle of the night, hanging out with, it's not going to happen. So I'm also going to put a curfew on you so you're not out in the middle of the night. You understand?
Sir.
No weapons as well. No drugs, alcohol, random testing. We will test you to say what you, we will test you today to see what you're going to test positive for. And we'll give you a weapon. I'll give you a weapon. I'll give you a lawyer. No weapon. I will give you a lawyer and I will pay for everything for you so that nothing comes out of your pocket. But understand, I mean business and I will not take any excuses from you. Do you understand, Ms. Melendez? Okay, man, take a seat. 10 p.m.
6 a.m.
Yeah,
Do you need us to file that?
no, we're gonna monitor him like crazy. Victoria.
Over you?
Yeah.
What about?
If we're gonna have a first issue, the second, a couple of issues.
Formal doc.
I honestly do not.
¿Puede traer su bolsa? Traerla, ponerla aquí, por favor.
Judge, what's the name?
This is Miss Leyva, Perez Leyva with the,
Deje sus pertenencias ahí. Ahora sí, aquí en el centro, por favor.
Oh, correct.
Buenos días. Oh, tardes ya. Me llamo Luis, soy Víctor. Acérquese, por favor. Gracias. Y le contesta en español al juez nada más. Solo miro él. Solamente miro el juez. Mientras casi.
when you apply for a court-appointed lawyer, you have to qualify. If you make too much money, you just don't qualify. In the affidavit you filled out, you're stating that you make $8,000 a month.
Yes, sir.
This is true.
Que eso es verdad.
Don't qualify
No
for an appointed
califica para un
lawyer,
abogado
man.
de oficio. Quedar más tiempo. Oh, solo miro el juez, por favor.
You really make $8,000
¿Ya
a
gana
month?
$8,000 por mes?
Es que eso es algo que no,
Solo miro el juez. Y
que
habla
no
con él.
sabría decirle porque
I want you to tell me the truth.
It's just something I wouldn't know what to tell you. Me gustaría que me diga la verdad.
I don't know how much money.
Solo usted sabe
All
cuánto dinero
sources.
gana.
I just need you to tell me the truth. Do you really make $8,000 a
Ya gana
month?
como $8,000 por mes.
es que no sabría decirle porque no sé exactamente qué hago por ti. Varía en el día, puedo ser exactamente $100, depende.
Well, le pido por favor que no me mire a mí, solo mire al juez. I couldn't tell you with any certainty because it varies, my income from day to day. I could make on one day $100, but it depends.
I don't want you to engage in this
Yo no quiero
behavior
que se involucre en
anymore.
este comportamiento ya más.
I want you to understand
Yo
that
quiero
if you
que usted
continue
entienda
with this, I
que
will
usted
put you in
continúa
jail.
con esto, no va a
You are
poner en
not
la
allowed
cárcel
to continue
y
with
no va
this type of
va a poder continuar con ese tipo de
income, so to speak. Do you understand?
decirlo así. ¿Usted entiende?
Ujú.
Tiene que hablar.
Knowing
Señor,
that.
señor, tiene que hablar.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that,
Pero sabiendo eso,
what kind of income do you have coming in? Are you married?
¿qué ingreso tienes? ¿Eres casada?
Sí.
Yes.
What does your husband do?
¿A qué se dedica su esposo?
Estamos casados, pero no mantengo una relación con él.
I'm married, but I don't maintain a relationship with him.
Get any income from
¿Usted
him?
recibe ingreso de parte de él?
No.
No.
Do you have children?
¿Usted tiene hijos?
Sí, pero en Cuba.
Yes, but in Cuba.
Guess what we can do is I can send you home with an application and you take time, think about it. But I need to know
Yo
what your
necesito
true income is.
que en realidad cuál es su
And
verdadero
then if you
ingreso.
qualify, we'll give you a lawyer, but I really need to know what your income is. And
Ya necesito saber.
8,000, just you don't
8,000.
qualify. So I'll
Yeah.
send you with one. But I want you to understand, you're not to engage in this behavior.
No se puede involucrar en ese
So when you fill out this application, it's not taking this into account.
consideración.
Do you understand?
¿Se entendió?
Sí, señor.
No
Yes, sir.
more of this.
Ya no más de esto.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Please.
Pase a la izquierda, por favor. Agarre su bolsa. Uy, sí.
No, I'm gonna send.
Now that my microphone is on, hey everybody, I'm going to throw back up the Kathy video, and it's about 4 minutes of Kathy, Linus, and Ali. I'm going to go ahead and end the show with that. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm hoping to have Linus and Ali on the show on Sunday. I think tomorrow they're going to be running around town raising all kinds of hell, and they'll probably be too tired. But Sunday, I think I've got them tied down for a show. So looking forward to seeing them do that. We're going to go ahead and jump over to the Kathy thing, and then we'll go ahead and end the show after that. Thank you all so much for coming out. And again, we'll see you tomorrow night.
Hey, we're live streaming because I wanted everybody to see.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where's the camera?
It's pointing.
Look,
Yeah.
I start a new job tomorrow.
See, look, you're up there.
And my dog is sick. My dog has kittens. My dog has kittens. I can't go to jail today. I promise I'll get my GED.
Where's the hand
I would
sanitizer?
probably fail the GED if I had to take it.
I started my new job on Monday.
I started my job on Monday.
I did great.
Amazon.
Please don't lock me up. I'm innocent, I swear.
So you got diverted? What happened?
So we were flying towards Houston on schedule.
Everybody's gonna wanna hear the story.
In the
I'm
row
over here.
right beside me, some guy in the row right beside me went back to the bathroom. Okay, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden, the stewardess start running. And I don't know what's going on. And then I'm just, okay, they're running around. I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm just sitting here. I might even napped a little bit. And then he gets back to his seat and we hear the captain saying, we're diverting to Atlanta right now. And the plane took off, like it went so fast. It was just like, zoop, they turned and left. So we're like, Atlanta, no, not Atlanta. Some guy stood up. And the stewardess gets on and says, sit down. We just told you we're diverting for a security reason. Sit down. Okay, so everybody's sitting down. Nobody's getting up. And then the police come on board and drag him off. And then a whole bunch of people checked the bathrooms for a while.
Did you hear that? I think that there was a person, was it a couple days ago, tries to open the airplane?
Oh my gosh.
To open a door. And I think people in the airplane just literally beat the
Defendants. It's so cool.
And
I'm sorry, but I'm like,
hey,
yeah.
Coming back
I mean, if you're gonna put my life in danger,
yeah,
yours right back in danger.
yeah, I mean, that would have scared me. Like, I hate flying as it is.
I don't mind flying. I hate
Oh
airplanes.
man, I can't.
It was okay.
No, I mean, I'm like, I just retractable claws come out and I grab the people next to me and I'm whenever I'm flying, because I can't.
Oh, no, I'm fine flying. They only charged me for 2 beers at the bar while I was waiting in Atlanta. So that was go Atlanta. Thank you.
I got like a muffin. and
Oh,
a
I
Coke
took
at
a
the
picture
airport.
of my airplane food. I brought it on with me though.
Yours is probably better.
It was
than
from a
mine.
gas station.
Come on.
I don't know what that thing was that they gave you.
The funky mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what people have to say.
Jasmine
Early
wanted me to
enough.
tell you that you have inspired her to go to law school.
No, I inspired her. Jazzy. All I keep saying every day is Jasmine, go to law school. She should go to law
She should.
school. We would all help her.
We'll cheer her on. Yeah, I know, right? It's so meta.
She didn't even get, she's like, we get to go to downtown Houston?
Yeah.
She didn't even get to see downtown.
Hi, Melissa, sweetie. How are you?
Look at how
Ozzy's
guilty.
not, I don't know what
I
Ozzy's.
know.
What?
He's
I
sick.
should have.
Oh, he is? Oh.
Where's
yeah.
Will? I need a defense attorney.
Okay, do you guys want to go? Should we go get something to eat?
I mean, we can. She's full from cookies.
Oh man, the cookies were so good.
I heard they were warm.
We can get ready to tell you guys something.
Yeah, always.
Say bye to your fans, Kathy.
You want to say bye?
Bye,
There's
Vibers.
so many fans.
Bye, Vibers.
Bye, fans.
I love you. Thank
Bye,
you so
guys.
much, guys.
Be safe.
This is why I couldn't
Be
stream
good.
today.
Behave.
And you know, it took me 18 hours to put that stream up today, and y'all complained. I was watching you. I was watching you all complain today.
Yeah.
Took me forever to get that stream done, but I love you anyways. See you tomorrow. No, I won't.
Okay.
I'm tired.
You're gonna be dead tomorrow.
Hey, Nan says hello.
Man.
Are we gonna say
Asher,
hi to
Karen Brash
Nan?
says hello.
Hi, Nan.
Gosh, so many, I mean, I just can't even go. I can't.
Yeah, you can't name them individually or then you go down this rabbit hole.
Crazy.
Okay, all right, bye, guys. We'll see you Monday, Brad.
Bye, guys.